guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Olivia here with Olivia's Romantic Home, and in today's video I cannot wait to share with you 6 DIY Easter and spring decor crafts. So in this video I am bringing you a Dollar Tree Deco mesh wreath. I hope you guys can see this. I am so in love with this. I've really been wanting to do something with pastels for Easter. I've done about a 4 to 5 part series of French farmhouse decor. I will link those videos down below if you guys are interested, as well as a ton of other Easter and spring DIYs. So without further ado, you guys plug in those glue guns, get out your glitter and sparkles, and let's get to crafting. For the first Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to create this really beautiful springtime Easter deco mesh wreath. For this wreath, you're going to need a wire wreath form from the Dollar Tree. I used 4 rolls of the Dollar Tree Deco Mesh, this really cute Easter sign, and then some really beautiful flowers. Customize this to whatever you love. So at the top of this, I am just taking a pipe cleaner and I'm twisting on the little sign. Here you can see at the top, and then I'm going to add pipe cleaners to the little separators. You can see these little wire separators on the wreath. I'm going to begin and add the deco mesh to where those little separators are. I guess that's what you would call them. Anyway, I'm just twist tying this pipe cleaner on, and then I'm going to get out the Dollar Tree white deco mesh and the pink deco mesh. Again, you guys use whatever colors you love, and they also do have deco mesh at some of the craft stores. So I'm gathering these together and then I'm twist tying them on. I'm just twisting about twice, and then I'm going up to the next spot on this wreath form where the little wire bracket is, I guess you would call it. I'm pinching it together, and then I'm going in with another pipe cleaner and I'm going to pipe cleaner that on. So I'm just going to continue to do this on the entire wreath base. I believe there's about 6 brackets on each base, and so I'm kind of pulling these together and making a little poof, and then I'm going to where that bracket is and I'm pipe cleanering it on. This does not have to be perfect because we're going to add a ton of florals to this, and really deco mesh does not have to be perfect. It's very forgiving, so don't be afraid. You guys totally can do this. So you can see I'm just going around the entire wreath form until I get back to my starting point, which is at my base, and then I'm going to go ahead and pipe cleaner that spot on. Then I'm going to go in with some more pipe cleaners, and in between the spots I'm going to add in that green deco mesh. So I'm just going around the entire wreath again and adding in the green deco mesh. Also, I'm kind of pulling the mesh out into kind of a poof, you can see. So I'm not pulling it tight onto the wire wreath form. I'm kind of leaving a little bit of a poof. That will give your wreath some extra fluffiness, which I love because I love to make a really over-the-top creation. So I went around the entire wreath with that green deco mesh, and then on the inside of this frame is where I want to add another layer of deco mesh. So in between those poofs, I'm going in with another pipe cleaner, and I'm going to pipe cleaner on another layer of deco mesh, and this is going to be more toward the inside of the wreath frame. So just twist tie that on, give just a little bit of a poof. Now these poofs I'm not doing quite as thick because I don't want to cover up my sign. Comment and let me know if you guys love making deco mesh wreaths, or if you're a little bit intimidated by deco mesh. I always kind of was, and I watched some tutorials and then I just went ahead and went for it. So I really hope this is helping you all, and comment and let me know also if you have questions. So again, I'm just going around the entire wreath and pipe cleaner. I'm adding the green deco mesh with a new pipe cleaner. Again, this is in between the spots where the yellow pipe cleaner was added. And then once I get to the base, I just pipe cleaner that on. And then on that second round of loops with those second row of pipe cleaners, I'm adding in the rest of that pink and white mesh. This is definitely optional, but again, I want to fill this out just a bit, and that way it'll have more dimension. Also be careful not to completely cover up your sign. You can tell that was a bit of a challenge on this wreath because this sign was so large, but I wanted to make sure that I used everything from the Dollar Tree. So continue until you get all of that pink and white mesh pipe cleanered on, And then I did go in at the end and add one more roll of Deco mesh of the pink to the outside layers. Now we're just going to make an Olivia bow, and I'm using this kind of plaid wired ribbon from the Dollar Tree. So you're going to take the ribbon and loop it over on itself. This is going to be a quadruple layered bow. So just starting with the base, we're just going to do where we have 2 loops on our Olivia bow. I do have some bow tutorials linked down below, and I'm just going to pipe cleaner this together. And then I'm going to give it a bit of a fluffing. Now we're going to make another Olivia bow. You're just going to take your ribbon and loop it over on itself. This time we're going to do 3 loops, and then you find the center of your ribbon. You're going to fold it to find your center, fold it back, and then cut a little notch in each side of your bow. Don't cut too far because you don't want your ribbon and bow to fall apart. And then you're just going to tie that together with the original pipe cleaner that you used on that first bow. You're going to want to fluff this out really nice. I love these bows. They're super duper easy and a great way to add dimension to your wreath by doing all of the different layers. Again, you guys get creative. Use your favorite ribbons. Use whatever colors you love. You don't have to use this many ribbons, but I do love to go over the top with my large fancy bow for this Easter wreath. Now I'm just adding in some of that Dollar Tree pink ribbon. I did another Olivia bow, but this time I just did 2 loops, and then I'm taking it and pipe cleanering it all together and then giving it a nice good fluffing, and then this is what I'm going to use to tie onto my wreath. Now for the next Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to create a beautiful little bird's nest out of an egg carton. This is kind of going to go in along with the wreath, so I wanted to share this one with you guys first before we finish our wreath. So I'm just taking a pipe cleaner and pipe cleanering on to the inside of this little egg carton and then twisting it in the back because I want to have the pipe cleaner on the back to be able to tie this onto our wreath. And then I'm just taking some of that Dollar Tree. It was a mix of Excelsior grass and paper shred, and I'm hot gluing on the outside of my little egg carton, and I'm adding some to the inside as well. And then, so I just want to create a little bird's nest with this Excelsior grass and paper shred mixture that I had left over from another project. And then I'm going to be adding in some of those really cute little Dollar Tree speckled eggs, and then some of the smaller eggs that you get in a pack of, I believe, 12. So I'm adding some hot glue to the Dollar Tree speckled egg, putting that in there, holding it down, then adding some more dabs of hot glue and adding in some of those mini eggs. And this is going to go perfectly into our wreath. And I'm going to show you guys how we finish this wreath in just a minute. But I did want to go ahead and prep you guys on some of the Dollar Tree DIYs that we're going to add into this wreath. You could also use this little bird's nest in and around your Easter decor. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to create a fancy egg. So we're going to take one of those speckled eggs and then take some of that Dollar Tree jute twine and hot glue in and around the egg, and then hot glue the twine around the egg. Again, this is going to be used in our wreath, but you guys could create these and use them in a decorative vignette for Easter with some sweet little eggs, bird's nest, just whatever you might want a fancy egg for. So we're continuing to wrap the jute twine. I believe I wrapped it 3 times around and hot glued it. And then I made an easy little shoelace bow. And a shoelace bow is just how you would tie your shoes. And then I'm going to hot glue that onto the side of my little egg. Again, this is a fancy Easter egg. You guys know how I love fancy. So I'm going to apply that to the side of the egg. And then I went in with just one tiny little stray lilac to give it a little floral dimension, and then just a little jute twine bow that I tied just like I would tie my shoelaces. And so here it is, and then I'm going to add that into the bow that I'm adding into my wreath. I think it came out so adorable, so fancy, and absolutely perfect for our beautiful pastel Easter vignettes. So now we're going to go in and begin to finish our wreath. I'm adding in the bow. Remember, we had a little pipe cleaner attached to that, so I'm just going to pipe cleaner it on to my wreath. And then, of course, this is the secret to my bows. I just give my bow a good fluffing. So when you create an Olivia bow, the little notches that you cut in it allow you to be able to fluff your bow. So you can move those little loops in and around whatever you want to show really nicely. Remember not to cover up the entire bunny sign with your bow, so you can just kind of play with that. And then I took some of that plaid ribbon and I'm just adding it in to the little pipe cleaners in and around the side of this wreath. I wanted to give it a little bit dimension and then also tie in the bow at the bottom. So you're just going to pipe cleaner this on, super easy, and then you can kind of arrange it because this is wired ribbon. Just arrange it in and around how you want it to look. Again, be careful not to cover up the sign. That was a big challenge with this wreath. I knew it was going to be because of how big the sign was, but I couldn't resist this adorable sign. And then I just went in and clipped off the pipe cleaners. Now that step might be optional. You might want to leave those pipe cleaners on. I kind of realized that later. Anyway, I'm adding the rest of the leftover ribbon from the Olivia bow up to the top. So I just took 2 loops of ribbon and then I'm tying it on with some of that Dollar Tree raffia. I'm going to use some raffia in and around this wreath. It was the perfect addition, I felt like, for an Easter wreath. Also, I'm going to dovetail my ends of my ribbon by just creasing them and cutting upward to create that really cute little boutique triangle. Now I'm going in and I'm adding in that little bird nest that we created. I really love that we created with that eggshell crate because it's super light, so it doesn't weigh the wreath down anymore. Now I'm adding in some of that Dollar Tree raffia, so I'm just tying it around one of the Deco mesh loops. Again, if I would have left that pipe cleaner on, I could have just used the pipe cleaner. But either way, you guys are totally fine. And then I did have to trim off some of the raffia because it got a little wild and crazy. And then note to self right there, you guys, more awkward mom dancing. I love to dance while I'm making wreaths. Okay, so now we're adding in some of those Dollar Tree ferns. You guys, I am really loving their ferns. I think they look super realistic and they're a great way to kind of add the outside inside. I also added in some of those cute little pink Dollar Tree hydrangeas and then some of those white berries up to the top. And then I'm just adding in a little bit more of that leftover burlap ribbon. You guys get creative with this. Add as many little doodads as you like. You can also see down at the bottom, I added in a little bit of a fern and that fancy egg. And then here it is. I am so in love with this. I did add in 2 Dollar Tree has these really beautiful kind of trailing pink and white florals. I didn't look to see what they were called, but if you guys see those, grab those. Those are super expensive in the regular craft stores. I just added a couple of those picks in just to kind of give this wreath some dimension. So I really hope you all are loving this. I had so much fun creating this. Could not wait to share it with you. And there's some of those Dollar Tree speckled eggs, just a little bit of raffia, and some lilacs, and then some of those trailing flowers. It just really rounded this creation out really well. I really feel like this wreath is very, very high end. We used every single thing from the Dollar Tree, so you guys can definitely do this. Okay. For the next Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to create a super adorable little Easter bunny banner using the Dollar Tree treat sacks. So the Dollar Tree treat sacks come 4 to a pack, and you're just going to take the treat sacks and cut out the front part with the bunny on it. I'm just cutting in and along the edge of the seam.
Full stop. Can't believe I live in your thoughts. I think about you all the time, morning, evening, and midnight. Such a wonderful delight. Forgo, give up everything that I own. Yeah, I'd give it all up now.
Once you have all of your treat sacks cut out, you can take a piece of jute twine, flip them over, and then hot glue, a dab of hot glue across the top part of your treat sack, and then just flip it over, and that will create a nice little banner for your cute little Easter bunny Dollar Tree treat sack banner. So do it to the next one, and I just kind of eyeballed how far apart I wanted these. These are going to go in my kitchen on my little hutch, so I knew I wanted it to be about a certain length, but it doesn't have to be perfect. So another thing that would be really cute to do too would be to tie some ribbon in between these. And so I'm just going to go ahead and continue to run that strip of hot glue down the top part of the treat sack, lay the jute twine on top of that, and then flip them over and then kind of press down where you're gluing. And then I'm adding them to this cute little banner that we made in one of my Valentine DIYs. It's just some burlap and lace that I had that I tied some pink ribbon onto. So I'm taking the little ties and just tying my garland onto here. Again, you could tie some ribbon onto your little bunny banner, or just leave it as is, depending upon how you want it. And I think this is so adorable. This is going on my kitchen hutch. Very perfect for Easter. It goes perfectly with this banner. I was so excited for this easy, cute little project. I think you could even do this one with your kiddos. Just supervise when you're using the hot glue. Super fun. It would also look really great on a mantle.
Unexpected love was found.
For the next Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to create kind of a cluster of hanging Easter eggs. So I'm taking that nautical rope from Dollar Tree, and I'm taking 4 of those larger Easter eggs. I added the first egg with the little loop. They have little loops on the ends, and then I'm adding in some of those smaller kind of sparkling eggs, and then I'm adding another large egg and then a smaller egg until I can get them all kind of into a loop. Now my idea is to use this outside on my little bike. I also tied a little raffia bow on top, but since it was absolutely freezing and supposed to snow this weekend, I decided just to loop them into this vase and added some extra leftover flowers to it. I'm not sure what I think about this, you guys. It's kind of crazy. Comment and let me know what you think. It's totally okay if you laugh at this one, but I thought it was actually kind of cute. I really think it would be great too to use dropping down from a chandelier. It didn't quite match my French farmhouse, but in my kitchen I am going for these fun pastels. I also found pastel candy corn at Tuesday morning if you guys need some of that.
You're the rose in a garden.
So thank you all so much for joining me on this crafting adventure. I hope you guys are having fun. If you guys love DIYs, if you love everything about home decor and just all of those fun things, you guys, I would love to have you subscribe and be part of my YouTube family. Thank you all so much for everybody that is here. Your kind comments, love, and support truly mean the world. I am a crafty mama with a glue gun. It's me, you, this camera, and my glue gun. So the fact that you guys are on here and supporting me and loving on me is truly amazing. It's a blessing, true blessing. So I love you guys so much. Also, if you want to tag me with some of the projects that you recreate that I'm sharing with you, I have an Olivia's Romantic Home Instagram, as well as Olivia's Romantic Home Facebook page. I love you so much. Thank you all so much, and we will talk to you in the next video. Bye-bye.